Hello, hello. Welcome back to another stream of building Zaphods. Hopefully, I've got 4 to do today, so hopefully I'll get them all done. I should get them all done. Like I said, last stream, the first one takes the longest. I've done one with the acrylic case and one with the 3D printed case, so it should just zip right along at this point. Merry Christmas. Hope everyone had a good Christmas, safe Christmas. Got some food if that's your thing, got some presents if that's your thing, whatever your thing was. And I hope you watched Die Hard sometime in the last week, because that's the quintessential Christmas movie. Apparently, as I've learned. Let me just check something real quick here. Stream settings. Low latency. Okay. Hopefully that works. No, Snowpocalypse is not here. Snowpocalypse is a Portland thing because we get snow so rarely that we don't have any equipment to handle it. Like, I think there are 5 snowplows that the city owns or something like that. And we don't salt the roads here in Oregon at all, so, like, the snow doesn't melt, all this stuff. So last night, we got some snow. I woke up this morning and I looked on Twitter and I saw something from the city about, like, snow or something, and I looked outside and I was like, oh yeah, there's snow. It's like if you spilled some salt on the counter. That's what it looks like outside, or what it looked like outside. Now it's even less, like most of the snow is melted, so I wouldn't exactly call it snowpocalypse, but this is another order, Lorenzo. So, like, I have 6 of them to build. 4 of them are official channel builds. 1 of them is out of band, and the other one is mine. So, done 2 so far, because I ran out of time Friday because I was going to go to the gym, and then I ended up not going to the gym because lazy. I should have gone to the gym. Never skip leg day, folks. But it's fine, because I will probably go after this, and at least do some cardio or something, and then tomorrow resume normal schedule. So, Eastern Oregon does salt. Oh, they do. Okay. Yeah, the city did a whole bunch to prepare. So they have some sort of de-icing stuff they use on the bridges, because if you're not familiar with Portland, we have a big river that runs through our city. And so we have a lot of bridges. Bridges, if you're not familiar, if you're not from an icy, wintry area, they freeze over well before anything else does, because the ground moderates the temperature on, like, normal streets, but there is no ground under a bridge. In fact, it's usually about as thin as it can possibly be, so the temperature changes on those pretty rapidly. So if it drops below freezing at all, bridges can ice up. So, yeah, so they've treated the bridges and stuff like that. We have one bridge that's a steel grate deck, which is slippery enough when it's raining. In snow, whoo. Yeah. So we did a lot of prep work, and a lot of it wasn't really necessary, but that's okay. Okay, so that's the battery. Okay. So this one here is an acrylic case, and I almost flashed their info on stream, sorry. Clear acrylic case, purple PCB, and G-Chocks. So that is what I have here. So, yeah, let's get started on this. So, if I remember correctly from the other day, the guide says to do the display first, then the case. Since it's the acrylic case, you put the plate in, solder the switches. Alright. We're getting the hang of this thing. Oh, I love the Hawthorne Bridge. It's my favorite bridge in the city. Just something about it. And it you know, I live on Hawthorne, so maybe I'm biased. But I loved the Hawthorne Bridge before I lived on Hawthorne, so. Oh, wait. I actually want to keep that for now. Okay, so put in the standoffs. Just hate driving on it. Yeah, I wouldn't want to ride a motorcycle across it. Driving on it is weird. So if you've never driven across a steel grate deck bridge, it's what you think it is. It's a steel grate. Like, if you stand on it and look down, you're looking through the bridge. So it's got a grid of metal, and there are plates, so you can pull them out and, you know, individually replace them and stuff like that. I think they're probably secured a little better than just gravity, but they may not be. I mean, manhole covers are just secured by gravity. But anyways, when you drive across them, your tires kind of fall into the cracks a little bit. And then as you switch to the next plate, it falls into the cracks to the next one, and then the next one, it kind of pulls you back and forth quite a bit. And that can be discomforting for some people, because it is a weird sensation. And that's why, one of the reasons why motorcycles, I wouldn't want to ride across that bridge on a motorcycle. And then when it's wet, since it's constantly pulling you back and forth, you feel like you're sliding. On a motorcycle, you would slide. In a car, you're not actually sliding, you're just feeling it. But yeah, it's fun. It's a 100-year-old bridge, you know? They don't make them like they used to. Alright, where's my driver? There's my driver. And the Hawthorne Bridge is beautiful because it's kind of low slung to the river. It's right into downtown. So if you're standing on the east side and walking across it, like, it's just really pretty. And it's low slung in that it's not very high above the water, because it has a lift section that has giant counterweights. Lifts up a section of the bridge, probably about 100 feet long, I want to say. And lifts it straight up, probably about 100 feet. So that boats can go under it. I think it is the furthest upstream drawbridge on the Willamette River, because everything beneath the Willamette River is a fixed bridge, or everything upstream from Hawthorne is a fixed bridge. And until you get to the dam, because there's a big dam and waterfall in Oregon City. And there aren't any more lift bridges after that, so. Because there's no lock there, or at least there isn't one that works. So you can't go past it. Oh, that's amazing. I would like to see that. Frank Haworth. Let's see. Frank Haworth's latest impressive build was for school project. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna save that. And look at it later. Yeah, my office was on the west end of the Morrison Bridge. And we did not have a view of the bridge. Especially at my desk, because there were no windows anywhere near my desk. Okay. Just measure twice, cut once here. Got the pogo pins in the right holes, the display is on. Okay. Oh yeah. 4. So we want to test the display works. The display works. Alright. Getting our order of operations figured out here. Pop the display off. Alright, so now I don't know if it's the same curve, but it is harder stagger than than say the corn. So it is more Kyria-like. Here is a completed board for reference. And I don't know where my Kyrias are, so that's fine. I was gonna grab a Kyria and stick it out there. Oh wait, I actually want to have at least one of these on. If you look up in Split KB compare the Ferris, it's the same. I'm pretty sure the Ferris, like, a Ferris is identical to one half of the Zaphod. Okay, G-Chocks. And let me just pull up the Zaphod build guide just to make sure I'm not screwing this up. Build guides. Display acrylic case. Okay, yep. That's the next step. And to double, triple check, we've got clear case, clear acrylic case, and G-Chocks. Yeah, you might not have to wait too long, because one, I don't know if there's going to be an actual round 2 group buy. Because, as I understand it, MK Ultra will be stocking the Zaphod. So you'll be able to just buy a kit from them directly. Excuse me. With the blue of the G-Chocks or the blue plate acrylic? Excuse me. Yeah, They sure do. Uh-oh. Okay, that's on top. No, that's not on top. That's... shit. Okay. There's like a big blemish right here. Looks like it's on the PCB. It's like a little piece of shmoo. All right. Trying to think what I have for this. Let me just... whoops. Can I just slip this under here and get that? Haha, I can. It's caught. Oh, it's caught on the diode. Okay. There. Yeah, flying through the chalks because I read the instructions, which say to put a couple of chalks in the plate, then sandwich that all together, and then push the rest of the switches in. It goes so much easier than trying to get all of them into the plate snapped in before pushing them in, because they pop out all the time. I imagine it makes for high quality entertainment factor because you get to schadenfreude as I struggle, but this is certainly the faster method. Okay. So I want to make sure those are extra pushed down because I just popped them all out. All right. Now let's solder. Okay, there's one half. They look good. Let's do the other half. Alright. That is all of the switches done. Alright, let's flip it over and test it. Actually, first let's put the display on, and then we can test it all in one go. This over here. Spare parts in this little baggie. Yep. Right. Ah! Arg! forgot a very important thing. Well, we'll test it anyways. But I forgot an important thing, which is to connect the battery. Now, the primary difference for me between ZMK and QMK is that ZMK runs on nice nanos and QMK doesn't. I like ZMK the way they do their configuration a little better, because if you've ever looked at the QMK repository, it's just full of users. I don't know. It's cleaner, at least from a just a very high level perspective in my eyes. But one of the reasons I want to choose one or the other versus just kind of being both is that ZMK and QMK have incompatible licenses. And if I'm going to work on one, I'd rather work on ZMK. So I try to avoid QMK for like looking in their code or whatever, because then it's not as clean room. Oh no, wait, that's right. Because that's just the key map difference. Okay. Excuse me. Alright. Keys all work. Bongo cat bongos. Unplug it. And take the screen off again. Oops. ZMK has all the features I currently want. Which, my needs are simple. I need a keyboard that works with Bluetooth. Has, you know, hold tap configuration like mod tap and layer tap and combos. That's the extent of the complexity of my key map. Stuff like bongo cat bongoing is totally fun extra stuff, right? I don't need it, but it's fun to have. One thing I want to have is pointing device support so that I can hook up the I've got some Circ trackpads. I actually have one that's bigger, that's almost the same size as the display, so I can plop a Circ trackpad there and have a little touch point device, or have a little have a mouse, have a pointing device. And so since that doesn't exist in ZMK and QMK doesn't run on any of the Bluetooth boards I have, I don't think, or I don't know, whatever. I'm trying to, or I've been kind of slowly working on getting that to work in ZMK. Yeah, by the time I get to the last one, it'll just be like, there you go. And then it'll be like, great, now I've perfected the art and I have no more to build. Let's see, that's always how it goes. Okay, so like last time, I'm going to use the longer screws, I think. Well, I'm going to try the short ones first. Let me get a glove, since I'm going to be coming in contact with the acrylic here. Yeah, what I'll probably do for mine, if it ever happens, which I'm not making any promises because I've got basically 3 months before I leave for the trail, so but what I'll probably do for mine if I end up making it is I will just make a little PCB carrier board for it that's very similar to the display PCB and just slap it on there like that. And glad we have extras because that one is gone. Because it doesn't need a carrier PCB for the electronics other than it's a FPC connector. So it needs something to convert that to the pins that the Zaphod has. But that doesn't need to be like its own thing entirely. Yeah, I had a thing for this once. Okay. So these little these things, risers, I keep wanting to call them risers, spacers, whatever. They will fit in a, yeah, there we go. Standoffs. They will fit in one of these. Yeah, that's not going to work though. Because it needs to be sticking out. Okay, well. The idea what I was about to do was they will fit in one of these drivers and then I just put it on there and screw it in. Because right now I've got about 0.5 millimeter clearance above the PCB to actually grab a hold of the standoff to try to screw it in. Let's see if I can't do it backward. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with a longer screw. Yes, Cornell P does work with the Nice Nano. So the Cornell P, well, so this is a Cornell P in PCB. It's the V3 Corn PCB. So it's got the SK6812 Mini E LEDs. It doesn't have a snappable 6th column. It is not reversible, so it's got 2 halves. I used a Pro Micro for this because I was building this as a fully featured one with with RGBs and OLED and all that stuff. This isn't the Corn LP case, but it's the same PCB, so electrically it's the exact same thing. I do have a Corn LP case with a wireless Corn V2 PCB in it, and personally I prefer for a nice nano build to use the V2 PCBs because I can flip the controllers over so that the components are face up, which helps me get the PC or get the damn thing closer to. Well, here, I'll just let my blog post about it speak for itself. This is actually one of the few things I have on my website. So this link here is my preferred method for building a chalk, or for building a Corn with nice nanos. I would use the MX version of these PCBs for an MX build. And I've built 2 of these just like this. The second one was better because I had more experience. I knew what things I wanted to change, like how I did the wiring underneath. Instead of using hot glue, I used Kapton tape, and it worked so much nicer. So much nicer. Is this the right size standoff? It is, okay. For wired builds, I like the V3 PCBs because they have better LEDs. But I don't use LEDs on wireless builds, so it doesn't matter. As far as where to get the V2 boards, I think you can still get them from Little Keyboards. That's where I got my last one. Or that's where I got this one too. The one in the blog post, but also the one I built for somebody. Come on, thread on there, you jerk. These teeny tiny little standoffs drive me crazy. And it's not that the screw can't reach, it's just not lined up. But I'm gonna put the longer screw on anyways. So that'll probably make it easier to deal with. Yeah, because that just threaded right on. Okay, there we go. So now, need the bottom plate. Nice looking. Alright. Time to put the screws on the bottom in. I'm going to try the short ones first. Okay, that one reached. Come on. This clear acrylic makes it hard because it messes with the perspective just a little bit. Refraction, it's like looking... It's like trying to aim at something that's underwater. Okay, and that one... I'm going to use a longer screw. I don't think it quite reached. And that one is too long. No, it's not. Yeah, it is. Okay. Well, this one's gonna be a pain, isn't it? Okay, let's pop this out of here. Out of here. Try a longer screw. That's just going to meet the other one in the middle. Arg. Okay, so what I need here, I have 2mm and 4mm, and I need 2 3s. Because the 2mm aren't reaching, and the 4mm are too long. Because that's as far as in as I can get it screwed. Because they just, the heads of the screw, or the tails of the screws meet each other. This is frustrating. Okay, let me try one more time here. Yeah, because for some reason that's just not getting through the acrylic. Okay, we're gonna skip along for now and come back to that one. So I need to figure out a solution for that. Because I have 3mm M2s, but they're not black, I don't think. Okay, yeah, that doesn't fit either. Yeah, that's gonna be an issue on this board. Because that one... Okay, so that's a bigger problem. I'm gonna have to reach out to Pete, I think, on that one. And get the right screws. Or get some 3mm screws or something, because I don't think it's gonna work. We'll see. Let me just capture that, though, in my notes so that I don't forget. While I'm here, I'm going to message... And let me just check. I've got, like I said, I've got a bunch of screws, but I don't know if I have black ones. Oh, and I don't even have M2. This is the shortest I have is M2 to M2.8. Those are way too long, and they're stainless steel. So yeah, I don't have the screws for these. I bet you I could get them in my local hardware store though, but it won't be till tomorrow because they're not open today. Okay, well, that is a, you know, not insurmountable issue. So let's put, no, we're not going to put the screws away because I still need them. That's for a different one. Battery out. Turn the keyboard off. Plug the battery in. Get it seated. Display. I guess we can turn it on. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's not good. It's not good at all. Okay, hang on. Oh, I know what it was. Okay, wait, that's fine. Because it wasn't... It wasn't secured on the bottom here, so... Let's see. Okay. That's good. I just had it. Where'd it go? I just had the top part of this case. Where did it go? It's right here. Hard to see. When I'm looking for stuff on the desk, sometimes I feel like I'm playing Blue's Clues. Because the thing is sitting right in front of me, and y'all are probably sitting at home watching, and you're just like, dude, it's right there under your hand. Move your hand. Move your hand. And then I'm like, oh, it's under my hand. That's my ADD brain, though, losing stuff when I put it down right in front of me. Okay, so that is another mostly completed Zaphod. This one, I need to figure out a situation with those screws. But once I do that, which will probably be tomorrow, then it'll be fully complete and I can ship it off. I'll put the bump-ons on tomorrow as well. And this is just empty. That's extra case parts. This is also extra case parts. Okay. Put this in its box. Okay. Okay, so this is a 3D printed case, black with Pro Reds. So there are the Pro Reds. Black PCB. Case. Oh, and no display. This one doesn't have a display. Okay, so that's a battery. Okay. Yeah, case parts. This one will be real quick. Because it's just soldering switches. And soldering switches and no assembly on the case. It's just mount the PCB to the case. Sorry, that's probably really loud, isn't it? Get some of the stringy out of here. All right. I'm a little curious how this is supposed to work battery-wise with a display, without a display. Because battery's just gonna sit in there. I mean, I guess they can tape it in later if they want. I'm gonna not do that because I want to err on the side of not like making things messy. So, all right. Okay, 3D printed black case, battery, for Red's black PCB. Okay. So I'm trying to think of where else I might be able to get those screws if my hardware store doesn't have it. And I'm not sure, because we have an electronics parts supplier in town, but I don't know if they have machine screws. And I'm not going to Home Depot for this. Well, I mean, unless I know Home Depot has them, but that's just a shit show. You know, I'd hate to hold up someone's order for a week just because of 2 screws. So I'm like, I gotta be able to find this locally. Like, my hardware store will probably have that size, but they probably won't be black, or they'll be flathead. You know, there'll be something different about them. And, you know, as far as like flathead versus Phillips, I don't care about that. I'm not going to hold up someone's order because I have mismatched heads. I'll just put the flat... I'll just make it so the ones that are on top that are visible are the same, and the ones that are on bottom, you know, they'll look a little different. That's fine. But, like... Well, actually, I might not have a choice on that, because if I have to get 2 3mm... You do have me thinking. I might just look on Amazon real quick. Alright, let me just do that. Amazon.com. Because they might be able to get it by tomorrow. M2 3mm screw. It looks like I can get them by Tuesday or Wednesday. With a $10 or $7 kit that has a bunch of them. Yeah, if I had a file, I would do that. Which, good point. I can totally get a file at the local maybe the local grocery store, but definitely the local hardware store. Well, I'm going to err on the side of $7 and I'll have it Wednesday. So those kind of screws, they're handy to have anyways, so I'm not like wasting money. Plus Pete would probably reimburse me if I asked him to, but I'm not gonna. He can pay me the 5 cents for the screws. So one thing I just realized on this board, I'm not really going to be able to tell. Well, I guess the blue light will come on. I was going to say I'm not really going to be able to tell if the keyboard itself is working on battery alone because it's not going to be hooked up to my computer. And I don't really want to pair it via Bluetooth for a lot of reasons. One sec, I gotta call from my neighbor. I gotta answer. I missed a whole row of switches and one over here. It's because I went here and then I went across. Right. Let's test. Okay. All right, that one is good. Slap it on here and screw it down, and that one's fully done. Screws are here. Is this big enough? Yes, okay. This is, I'm not gonna lie, this is a nice look here. Oh no, it's not totally done. Because I gotta put the battery in it. Come on. No cross-threading your way to victory. Come on. Go in there straight. Okay, well, there. That's in. I think that the insert might have been a little misaligned. It was a little wobbly. Yes, very black. So I'm kind of debating here. Do I want to put this in here and then put a little tiny piece of blue tape on to hold it in place for transit? Or do I want to just leave it completely off? I mean, this is not... it's not, you know, rocket science to install this battery. Because I don't think I want to just have it loose. Now that it's plugged in, I'm just going to put a little piece of tape over it. Meh. It'll do. Do a little homemade double stick tape here, actually, and just stick it on this way. There. Now it looks clean. And if they ever take the battery off, I hope they don't look at it and they're like, what the jank is this? They appreciate that blue tape is magical, wonderful stuff. And I'm just going to put this extra stuff in there. All right, so that is number 4 done. Now off to mine. Okay, so this has sparkly dark blue. Oh no. So this one, this is kind of the one that's from the like unofficial build service, I guess, however you want to call it. What did I just put in that box? Oh, that would have been comical. So I didn't actually put the board in the box. I just put the paperwork in there. So they get a box. They're like, oh, my Zaphod's here, and open it up, and it's just the invoice. And their board is still sitting on my desk. That'd be funny. I would be mortified. I'd be like, oh my god, I can't believe I just did that. Anyways, so this next one is the kind of unofficial build service, and the guy who got it, I guess he wasn't sure what case he wanted either, so he got both sparkly dark blue 3D printed case and the clear acrylic, but I just talked to him and he wants the sparkly, so he gets the sparkly. So he gets a black PCB. Okay. Sparkly dark blue. The display. Some envelopes. And we worked it out, and he wanted robins, so robins he gets. That's the battery. So this must be my... No. This is my battery. So one thing I'm having some regrets about is I heard there was a glow-in-the-dark acrylic plates case. And I don't know if I realized that. Because that sounds amazing. So I just got the clear acrylic. And it looks nice. I don't think it would hold a candle to the glow in the dark thing. I think the glow in the dark would be far superior. So one thing I will say, a little bit of a problem, since he ordered 2 cases, it's basically you have to choose one or the other at build time, because in order to swap the case, you need to desolder the switches, or just not take the plate off, I guess. Or in this case, not put the plate on. So it'd just be, you know, the insert over the top and then the bottom or something. I don't know. Whatever. Because it's not a hot swap board, sadly. But also fortunately, because since it's not a hot swap board, I get to charge people money for soldering their switches. And this sparkly blue looks awesome. That is really cool. I hope that's showing up well on the camera. Because that is very cool looking. Very, very cool. Alright, let's get to it. I'm gonna drool on this one a little bit, I think. So it's display time. Get the display parts out. I'm just gonna ping him on Discord real quick to let him know I'm building his right now. Okay. That's weird. It powered on, so it got power, but it didn't work the rest of it. And I'm surprised any of it worked because the pins aren't soldered. Alright, now let's try it. Okay, so we have Bongo Cat. Oh, come on. Oh. It's because this spun off here. Well, let me get the rest of these off and that'll fix that. I'm out of there. Come on. There you go. Take the display off, stick it up there. Okay. So my plan is to put robins on mine as well. However, I do have, I think, G-Chalks. Or I think, rather, I do have G-Chalks somewhere. And if I can dig those out, I might put them on it. But mine is a black PCB, because I already have a purple one. So I thought, okay, well, I'll go with black. Right, I got them all. I think. Yeah. Plug it in. Test all the keys. All right, keys all work. Slap it in the case. So originally, I've been sitting here thinking about this. Originally, I was going to build mine today as well, but I am missing the display because I guess I forgot to add that to the order because I was in such a hurry. I was like, oh, I'm going to buy the Zaphod. Yes, let's do it. And then just totally spaced on it or something. So I need to get a display. But also, I got the clear acrylic case. I kind of don't want it. I mean, it looks nice. But, like, I kind of want to go with either a fun 3D printed case like this, or get that glow-in-the-dark acrylic or something. I have to check out some options. So I think I'm going to hold off building mine, because it's not like I don't have a Zaphod already. You know, I've had that for months and months now. So I'm not like missing out on the experience. And yes, I could just solder all the switches, but then the problem is if I do actually want like an acrylic case with a plate, I can't put the plate on. So I need to decide what it's going to look like before I do all that. So I'm going to hold off. And I will build mine at a later date. Slap the display back on here. Oops, it's upside down. There we go. Forgot something. Forgot something that's a little bit important. I mean, it's actually not that important. I mean, the keyboard works just fine without a battery, but only when it's plugged in. But that kind of defeats the purpose of a wireless keyboard if you have to plug it in. Open this one. Put its spare parts here. Turn it on. Works with the battery. It charges. Whoops. Whoops. You must have Homero mods, and I just triggered all of them. How do I get rid of this? There. Okay. All right, so that is the last of them done. So I have 3 complete and 2 that need a little TLC, I think. Not that. This is his. All right. And he's got a pile of acrylic case stuff too. Okay, so, that is that, I think. Let me just double check my stuff here. 1029, 1026, okay. Yeah, okay. So yeah, I got 3 totally done. 1 that I'm not doing today, which is mine, and 2 that need a little something. I'm really half tempted on the one that's got the 3D printed case that I didn't get the screws for, to just take mine and put it on that. But I'll figure that out with Pete and see what he wants to do, because I might, if I know what these screws are, I can just order those as well, or maybe get them at a local shop. Save some trouble. Yeah, so that is all the Zaphod builds. Mostly. Like we got 90% of things done. Just a few little details left to figure out on a couple of them. And then ship them all out. And that's that. Trying to think if there's anything else You can see the sparkly blueness. So that's the front side, or the top side. And here it is with the bongo cat on. And you can see him bongoing. It's got the purple sparkly display cover. And then here's the sparkly blue case. It's really nice. And if you're like in a particular hurry to see it in person, feel free to swing by and pick it up. I'm not going to be ready with, 3D printer and stuff like that, but like at least your Zaphod is done. Cool. So I do have a couple of other follow-up things I need to do, like need to make sure everything is packed correctly, that everybody's got their extras. Like I need to split up the extra silvers I have into the things. Because I figured, these aren't my switches, they're the people's switches who bought them. And I also really don't have much need for 5 silvers. So just kind of like, okay, here you go. For the other orders, it was easier because it came with a little tub of switches and I just put whatever was left in there. But since this had 2 sets of switches, there were 2 boards with silvers, I've got to divide them up because it came with 1 tub of switches and 2 little baggies of, because it had 70 switches or something like that. Which turned out to be like 75 or something, because MK Ultra is pretty generous with their, we'll just throw some switches in a bag, They err on the side of too many switches in their kits. Which is nice, because that's way better than, I need 40 switches and I got 39 of them because of miscount. And I can't finish my 40 keyboards. Yeah. Okay. So one of the other things I need to do, Pete really wanted to see he wanted me to take pictures of the Galaxy Black. So I'm gonna probably just take pictures of all of these and send them off to him. Some of them are way cooler than others, but they're still, each board that I built was unique in some way. It had different case, different switches, different, a display or not, something like that. So anyways, I think I'm going to call it here today. And I'm going to do off stream the rest of that stuff because it's hard to film that stuff. Like I don't have a way to I don't have a setup over at my photo box thing that you could see what I'm doing. And the rest is just paperwork mostly. Like going through the boxes and double checking the orders. It's not really exciting stuff. So anyways, I'm gonna call it for today. Thanks all for hanging out. This has been fun. I was a little anxious about the Zaphod builds because when Pete originally launched the group buy, he was like, it might be 8 months. And I'm like, that's getting awfully close to me leaving for the trail. And I really don't want to postpone my trip just because I have to build a couple of keyboards, but I don't want to back out on him at the last minute either. But fortunately, didn't need to happen. Other than those 2 boards that have some minor things, just screws really. Everything is done, so in plenty of time. Hopefully, most of these will arrive by the new year, but we'll see. How awesome of a New Year's resolution would that be to be like, okay, I'm gonna go down to 34 keys, hold my beer. So that's kind of what I did with this, except it wasn't New Year's. It was just kind of like whenever I got this. I don't even remember. But yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited to get these into people's hands. I'm really excited about the pictures and stuff of everybody getting theirs and putting them together that have been going on in the Group Buy channel. And like, I'm excited at the sigh of relief that Pete is going to breathe once these have all shipped. Because like, it's annoying to be like, okay, I have to send you 8 screws across the country. But there are much worse problems that we could have. And so in the grand scheme of things, 8 screws is nothing. That's like, oh, great. Yes, I will happily send you 8 screws. So yeah, I've been impressed with just everything about this Group Buy. Like, the board is fantastic, of course. Like, I've been using mine for 6 months or something. I don't remember when I got it, but for a long time. And like, the power consumption is amazing. The form factor is awesome. The display works really nicely. I want to fix the Bongo Cat so it's bigger, because it's really small, because someone just directly ported the QMK one over. So it's just, you know, there's a lot of extra space around the Bongo Cat that could go away. Yeah. No, it's just been cool. And like, ZMK has come a long way, and I don't know. I'm just rambling at this point. I am going to call it here now, 2 hours in. Thanks all for coming out. I hope you had a great Christmas. I am going to stream on Friday. I don't know what I'm going to stream on Friday, but I'm going to stream on Friday. Probably not going to stream on Saturday, not because I'm hungover or something, but because I'm going to find something else to do on Saturday. But so I'll stream Friday and Sunday next week. Not sure what yet, but we'll see. Yeah, have a good one. Have a great rest of your weekend. And if you have the work week off, awesome. If you don't, ask for it next year, because that week between Christmas and New Year's is a great time to just take the week off. So, anywho, see y'all later.